Hello and welcome to the Season 35 Dominion League Championship match. I am Sharur and I am joined on commentary by Akuchi
Hello?
and Ceviri.
Hi.
And I will be using Ceviri's, spectator script today. So thank you for that. The match is between Marcus and RTT, two consistently top players in the A division. Marcus comes in with a 2-game advantage, but loses on the tiebreaker. So Marcus needs 2.5 games to win the championship, and RTT needs 4.
Yeah, Marcus and RTT had both pretty strong seasons in A. Nobody was really close. So yeah, it'll be exciting to watch them play. They also played against each other in the league championship for season 31.
Yeah, 31.
In which RTT won. These guys have been. One or the other has been in a championship match for like the past 8 seasons or something crazy. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, what do you know what the championship totals for each one of them are? I don't have the stat sheet in
I
front
know
of me.
Marcus has finished second a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, he's got the advantage going into this one.
Yeah, I think RTT has 1 win. Just the one he against Marcus. And Marcus also only has 1 win, which was a long time coming, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Was that this past season?
Season 32.
Okay. Wait, did I say, isn't it season 34, not season 35?
It is season 34, yeah.
Crap. I was looking forward to season 35. Whoops. Sorry, everyone.
So we've entered the first board, and Marcus has the start.
This looks kind of okay. I mean, you have King's Court.
Yeah, the draw's a little awkward with Wishing Well, and maybe you can get an imp or two from Tormentor.
I think with King's Court, the draw shouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
There is a Tormentor by Villa like opportunity to get imps.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think you want to get an imp because King's Court imp is going to be much better than King's Court Wishing Well.
For sure.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. Though I think maybe you can survive off having not too many imps. Well, the goal is probably just to play a bunch of tormentors and butchers, right?
So RTT gets the 2/5 opening, opens
Mhm.
Stellar and I assume Butcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very nice.
Necromancer and Wishing Well from Marcus. Yeah, there's no great way to trash Copper here. It's like Necromancer or Research or Butcher.
Research is just like a set raise for trashing coppers right now.
Yeah,
which isn't that bad, but
yeah, it's not terrible by any means. And with King's Court, it's fine to like pick one up mid game, and then you can just clean out 3 coppers per turn.
Yeah, and you can always butcher the research later too, so it's not dead later on, which is nice.
But yeah, but Marcus goes with the Necromancer and manages to get a copper trash with his Mason. I wonder what his plans are beyond that. Necromancer and King's Court don't have the best of synergies. You have to pick a like different option for Necromancer each time.
Well, he doesn't need the King's Court and Necromancer, right? There's guaranteed to be a bunch of other stuff for him to KC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing the value in the Necromancer beyond a little bit of copper trashing, I guess.
Well, it's kind of nice early on, since he couldn't open with the Butcher. It's a bit of trashing. What else are you gonna take, right? So.
I mean, you could have taken the research,
or silver.
I guess I'm not a big fan of research. I think it's kind of annoying.
I definitely wouldn't pick it up here, but I think I would have preferred myself Wishing Well silver just so I could get that butcher, because we see Marcus was unable to afford a butcher on turn 3 or 4, which is kind of expected with that opening.
Yeah, and RTT gets a very nice turn here, getting the imp, buying a villa for a trash for a trashing an estate for a Wishing Well.
Yeah, he seems pretty far ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, Marcus has an opportunity here. He could play it as a spy to get to 5, or
Ooh, that's unfortunate. He could pick up a villa to buy a 5. I think you can have
okay.
it.
Whatever, however you say that, Apo in the chat says asks if tactician is an option. There's not a ton of virtual coin, but
you could
some.
play your treasures then play villa. Yeah.
I also I don't think you're going to play with much treasures here, so you could get tacticians.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
villa
necessary.
It's probably something that you consider like when you get to a situation where you end up with it being good. I don't think it's something you directly plan for, maybe.
So RTT gets the first King's Court.
Yeah.
And he's got a nice looking hand here.
Seems like he's kind of snowballing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what's at the bottom of his deck there? Does he have could he possibly draw through with this start?
Well, if he's tracking.
So he can imp into Wishing Well, so he'll definitely go
Yeah,
for
he'll reach the end, but does he want to trigger the shuffle here? What's the last card?
Yeah,
Is it a wall? Oh, it's a copper. Okay.
So clean shuffle.
And he could get another KC here. Famine. Okay. Yeah, it kind of feels like he's just snowballing off the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a second KC if he wants. Yeah, he probably does want it.
I think Marcus just took too long to hit 5.
Oh, he takes the Wishing Well instead. Sure. How do you guys feel about that? Taking the Wishing Well and the Necro over a second KC?
I think it's nice to deny Marcus the Wishing Wells. Because Marcus doesn't have the Tormentor. He can't get any imps. Like, that's his only draw.
Okay.
I don't know about the Necromancer. Seems okay, I guess.
Yeah, there is a Wishing Well in the trash now, so you can do that as well as obviously the zombies.
I mean, it's probably more just like, oh, he's got 4 left over. What's he gonna buy? Villa, research, 2 silvers.
I think research
clearly the best.
I think I would have gotten research.
Yeah,
but
I think that's
with a Wishing Well in the trash, Necromancer definitely has more value.
So research just to thin out your coffers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think RTT still has all his coppers. So.
Yeah, I guess. Well, so I think RTT can just like build to play Tormentor 6 times, play a Relic, and then make Marcus cry before he even gets like anything going at all. So I feel like it's kind of
I was wondering about
over at this point
when Relic was going to get bought.
Yeah, King's Court Tormentor is definitely oppressive, especially if the discard hexes are kind of like spaced out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played against King's Court Tormentor. I have played against King's Court Skulk, and just getting hit by 3 hexes at once seems more painful than 3 individual hexes.
Yeah. Hexes stack pretty annoyingly.
Yeah.
So Marcus with a 3rd Necromancer.
Yeah, I don't know what
his plan is.
Yeah, I don't know what that does right now.
He didn't have anything to butcher into, so he might as well just have turned into a Necromancer. Like once again, I don't think the other options are any better. Okay, so what did RTT do there? He wished for a well. Just as a minor tactical note, do you actually wish for a well there on the second well? What did you have in hand? I thought usually you want to wish for the stop card until like you need a successful wish to continue your turn.
Yeah, I think that's right. So we'll probably see King's Courting the Tormentor. The Butcher just doesn't
want to turn coppers into sellers or estates.
Yeah, it doesn't do much with the copper trashing. He does go for
never
it.
mind.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the silver, but yeah, I mean, I guess he could just be collecting coffers, and then turning copper into. But even then, what are you turning?
But getting the hexes seems more valuable.
Yeah, I would.
You get
I would
2
agree.
coins with the Tormentor instead.
Silver to research.
I guess he just really wants to thin down then.
Oh.
Okay, poverty.
Interesting.
Okay. And he can buy another King's Court, which I assume is the play.
Yeah.
Okay. RTT should be able to be just about copper free if he draws on this next turn. So.
Okay, it looks like Marcus has he can still wish for something here, I guess. He's got a wish for okay, he finds it. Well, even though he continues his turn it's like what's he actually accomplishing with his turn compared to what RTT can do with his turn? Like
yeah, I mean he can finally get a Tormentor.
Fair.
But man, he's just really far behind. And also player 1, which would make me feel pretty sad as Marcus.
Yeah. Okay, so the question here is, does RTT want to open with gaining an imp here? I feel like you kind of want a King's Court the Tormentor. Especially since you have 2, right? The ideal thing is you KC both your terminals. You can kind of gain and play, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, I think RTT has time to take a low tempo play this turn, like he did there, gaining the imp, just to give himself so now he has 2 imps. Oh, that was super fortunate, of course, to get both his King's Court, so he doesn't even lose any tempo. He just has a great turn.
Yeah.
But say that didn't happen. I think it's okay for RTT at this point to just get the second imp, and that puts him in a much stronger spot. He's got 4 Wishing Wells and 2 imps, and that's plenty of draw at that point, and he can just add a lot of payload then.
I am a little surprised.
King's Courted Research?
No, that is a
imp I see. Imp. Okay.
He's still resolving his imp. I think his goal right now would be to get to his Butcher and then gain and play something to King's Court with that Butcher.
I think another Tormentor would be pretty nice.
Wait, so he changed his mind and opted not to play the research. I wonder, is that do you think that's because he plans to try to research 3 coppers instead of 1?
I mean, the research wasn't doing anything for him at that point.
He might...
Well, he had a copper in hand. He could have just gone ahead and played it.
Yeah. I like giving myself the option.
Yeah, okay. So that is what he's doing.
Okay.
I was a little surprised that he trashed Villa rather than Cellar to the Zombie Apprentice. I guess it had the potential to save his turn if he hadn't drawn something good.
I think it was kind of unlikely that he was going to die. He probably could have trashed the...
Yeah, and I say that as much as anything because then, if you don't want those cards in your deck anyway, your Butcher will be happier with a Villa than a Cellar.
I think it's very likely that Cellar gets value. He's got 2 play, I mean, we're talking about a play that happened a while earlier in the turn when he only had 1 in hand. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he wanted to chain King's Court. He managed to get it without playing Cellar, but that was unlikely. So what's the action here? Wishing Well into Relic. seems fine for this turn because he can't king's court that anyway.
Ooh, that's kind of a very sad draw there. A very sad draw for RTT.
Yep.
I'm not sure if this puts Marcus back in contention, but
it's a very nice hand for Marcus.
Yeah. So as Chat was talking about tactician, yeah. So tech is a big reliability player, I guess, and I guess RTT pays for not getting that reliability with this.
Right, and instead of the relic, yeah. Although I don't know if he would have been able to afford a king's court if he had done that play. I think he would not have. So that's something else to consider.
Well, he didn't buy a king's court anyways. He only had $5, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So
he bought a necromancer.
Yeah. Man. So it feels like
he did have 2 coppers to discard as well, so he wouldn't have had an issue there.
Yeah, in hindsight, of course, tactician would have been great.
Yeah. Especially since like you're not really losing anything with the tactician, right? He barely has any coppers to play it there at all.
Right.
Yep.
So and he's got 2 necromancers now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are useful, but they're not. Yeah, I definitely think the necromancer is less good than the tactician. He wouldn't have had the relic, so that is something. But I don't think Marcus was close enough to him that he needed to attack Marcus desperately anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it helped to get him up to 7 for another king's court, the relic would have made more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because RTT's next turn is going to be pretty bad.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he could get lucky and have like king's court draw, and then eventually draw back up into the double king's courts. But if he doesn't,
no, RTT doesn't have another king's court.
Oh, that's right, because he didn't get the other. That's right. Yeah.
He does have 2 imps though, and like 3 wishing wells, but I don't think he can get all the way around.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe with Cellar, he can make it work.
So, I guess RTT is still ahead though, even after this turn and the next turn, which is likely to be kind of
I mean, we'll see what Marcus does here. What are you doing with the butcher here? You can obviously do some gain and play.
I don't think there's a gain and play because he wants to keep the research here, right?
Yeah, I think Marcus needs to buy a king's court this turn.
Yeah.
So I think he doesn't do gain and play.
To just play the butcher for coffers. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. He probably could have left that wishing well on top there as well at the end. If he's not doing gain and play.
Yes. Which might suggest that he does intend to.
So with the 2 wishing wells in the trash, king's courting a necromancer is
almost
pretty good.
Yeah, I guess the last one could be the spy. Then, but if you king's court a necromancer, then if you're Marcus, your other 2 necromancers.
Oh yeah, for Marcus, not necessarily. Yeah.
Well, and even for RTT, who now has 2 necromancers, king's courting.
The last one could be a villa.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Zombie Apprentice could be relevant. Yeah. It could be relevant for him on the coming turn, but he's not going to be king's courting any necromancers on the coming turn. So
yeah, I think the reason why RTT got a second necromancer is he is planning to use Zombie Apprentice.
Yeah,
but the gains here are pretty limited, right?
I wouldn't say limited. You have KC on Butcher or Villa.
But King's Court on Butcher doesn't net gains.
Sure, but you can just turn stuff into other stuff and then play the stuff you turned into things with Necros.
By King's Court standards, it's
sure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so So he did end up.
He effectively bought a KC and got an extra. He bought a
managed
KC
to,
and a bonfire, pretty much.
Yeah. He managed to KC the research. So I did not see that line. That was pretty clever.
No, he
He butchered he bought a villa, butchered into
her.
King's Court.
Yeah.
Drew it and King's Court research.
That was definitely a non-obvious play.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean though.
So RTT got another Tormentor.
Hmm.
I like having two Tormentors.
Clear. Like, yeah, it's a pretty clearly decent play, I guess. Like you have to think about tactician, or I guess that's the main alternative. But if you did take it, then
I like gaining the tactician like on a good turn more, relatively speaking, because with the Tormentor, you have a reasonable chance of doing the play it, gaining it by a villa if that's something that you want to do.
Okay.
You can't like gain and play the Tormentor and still gain in him.
So Marcus still needs a Tormentor, unless he's planning to just play without it. Is that crazy? Like just skipping Tormentor, just building to play like Butcher 8 times and getting 6 provinces somehow on one turn. Doesn't seem that unrealistic.
No,
I
especially
would want to play with Tormentor.
Well, especially you can't, like, if you're planning to KC Butcher, like you can't just like chew through a single province, right? Because you can't like redraw it in the middle. So
but you can
really awkward.
Yeah. So we were talking about wishing here again. It's like, yeah. If we're talking about wishing tactics, are you wishing for the most likely stop card, or are you just wishing for the most likely card, which seems like what he's doing?
I generally just wish for the most likely card unless I have reason to believe that like I'm likely to stop and there's a particular card that I want that's going to help me. Maybe that's not correct though.
So that was a helpful. Oh, interesting. He's not going to King's Court.
Yeah, that's
because he has 3 more wishing wells.
Yeah, I think he knew
he's
he was
well aware of his draw.
Yeah. Is the rest of his deck just kings? Just wishing wells?
He has
he has a necromancer.
2 more.
He's got
yeah, that's right. Another necromancer.
So I guess there was a slight chance he would have done it there, but yeah, there not drawing through just means you don't get to overdraw. So it's not really much of a difference in like payload, right?
So I wonder
the only difference is the gain and play stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if Marcus should have left both wishing wells on top.
Well, we'll see. I'm assuming he wants to do stuff with gain and play on Butcher again.
Yeah, he can certainly do that.
Just keep trashing villas, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's almost definitely gonna KC Butcher here. He might. Can he pick up another KC Butcher pair? Yeah, he can. Yeah. Oh, he's picking up Tormentor. So I'm assuming he's gonna pick up KC Tormentor here. Yeah, and he could probably trash. Does he want to trash the Necro? No, there's a lot of stuff in there to play now. So
does he? He probably doesn't want to trash Copper to Cellar.
He could go Necromancer into Villa.
Yeah. He spent the 2 wishing wells in the trash. So, but I guess there's still Apprentice and Spy, so this Necro is still okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can draw both the KC and the Tormentor here. Not much of a difference. Okay, so now he can KC the Torment and then do Villa gain and play stuff if he wants. Okay, let's see. We have Bad Omens, Haunting, Envious. RTT can still get through pretty reasonably here. Unfortunately, he can't really use the fact that Bad Omens and Haunting guarantees his top deck, because he probably does want to imp the Wishing Well here, unless he's confident that he can draw it through without playing an imp on the Wishing Well. So I guess Marcus doesn't want to. Yeah, I don't think there was really much Philogian in play here.
Yeah, so Marcus is definitely back in it, maybe ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Actually, he's definitely ahead. He's got the 3 King's Courts, and that's not even counting his buy phase here.
He doesn't have the imps, which could still be an issue, but
5 Wishing Wells compared to RTT's 3.
Oh, another Necromancer.
Right, and he can take advantage of the Wishing Wells in the trash as well with the Necromancers.
Okay, so RTT does
I'm surprised that he did that he didn't just go ahead and play imp into Wishing Well. I guess he's got enough stuff that he can imp that maybe he's not concerned about it.
Yeah, and it's not like he has so many Wishing Wells that he risks like drawing into 2 more Wishing Wells and being sad. He's just constantly wishing for King's Court and wondering where they are. Yeah, I guess that's another argument for Tactician that lets you kick off with your King's Court that Steph just mentioned in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Wow. He still doesn't see the KCs.
If he discards, okay, I was gonna say if he discards 3 now, you might end up with like King's Court Villa or something.
Okay, let's see. War, Trashing a Necromancer, Plague, Delusion. Delusion kind of hurts. Delusion really hurts.
Necromancer is actually one of the best things he can trash, because if you trash like a Wishing Well or a King's Court, you can play Necromancer as that card anyway. But if you trash Necromancer, it's just gone. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, RTT cannot get another King's Court this turn.
No.
So we have to be looking at piles right now, right? So, like, I don't think it's going to pile in one turn, but
Marcus needs to watch the piles. He needs to be careful what he leaves for RTT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who has the 2 butchers? Oh, RTT has the 2 butchers. So
yeah, he just gained his second one.
Yeah, that is a little scary.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do with RTT's starting hand. Like the order in which to play cards. You could start with the Cellar, and do you discard the Necromancer?
I don't think you start with the Cellar.
Is there enough stuff in the trash at this point to justify KC Necro?
Oh, absolutely, that's reasonable, but he wants to combine the King's Courts if he can. I think.
Does Marcus have 4 King's Courts, or does RTT have 3?
It's let me take a look. I think
4.
Marcus has 4. Because he played 3 on his previous turn and he bought 1.
Right, yep. Okay. So yeah, RTT really doesn't want to play that King's Court. Awkward.
Yeah, this should be a really big turn for Marcus. I guess he starts greening with his buys, but he can do a lot of stuff with gain and play.
Yeah. Oh, now he really needs to think.
No need to think. Just throw down the other King's Court.
No, don't do that. Only play King's Court on the 3rd play of King's Court to King's Court.
So that you don't confuse.
So much easier.
So that you don't confuse yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
The optimal play is to play all of the king's courts as fast as possible and assume that you're going to triple all the rest of your actions, and then find out later that there's some action that you really need to triple that you don't end up tripling, and then regret everything you've done.
Well, there's also the opposite where you might not want to
break your chain.
Everything. Yeah. Potentially.
So
like, there's only so many times you want to triple Necromancer. And that's probably just one.
Yes, definitely. I mean, at this point, you can do reasonable things, wishing well, spy, maybe apprentice, maybe researcher villa, I guess. But
so if I were in Marcus's position, I think I would definitely look favorably upon like a defensive province plus a tactician, and just try to really set yourself up to win next turn.
Yeah. I think that looks reasonable.
Yeah, I think this is a good time for a tactician.
I think he would really like if he couldn't get both a tactician and a butcher. I think the second butcher like multiplies your threat by a lot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he can't buy villas because he's diluted.
Wait, actually, could he get both a tactician and a second villa? I think he can, right? If you butcher the necromancer and butcher like the curse with the third play of the butcher. Yeah, I think he can. Does he want to?
Sure, why not? So misery, greed, fear. Fear hurt RTT a lot. And so did greed. Yeah. RTT is not going to have a great turn, most likely. I think now he's forced to play King's Court Necromancer.
Yeah. So is Marcus going to...
So you gain the Tormentor.
Okay, a seller.
Okay.
That
does make it a little less likely to dud on his next turn.
Well, if you were worried about dudding, clearly you take the tactician, right?
Yes, I mean I think that would be better. It just might not be on his mind.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Yeah, they definitely could be overlooking it.
Yeah, now RTT doesn't even have the option to apprentice the villa. And the greed, the hex.
Oh no!
Cycle back the greed again.
Oh no!
Well, he knows what to wish for.
No, because the first copper got trashed into a curse by locusts.
Oh,
so
man.
It just got replaced.
Yikes!
Switch for curse, but the curse doesn't go on top of your deck, right?
Correct.
So that doesn't work.
Yeah, you double province here and it kind of starts looking scary for RTT.
Yeah, this has been quite the swing.
Seller's going to do work for Marcus, but I mean, obviously, Tactician would have been the more guaranteed thing.
Once again, what do you feel about wishing for the wells there?
RTT only has 2 wishing wells.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has 3 or more of any card in his deck at that point. So
no, but I feel like you surely have to wish for stock cards early on, right? I guess not surely, but I feel like you do want to lean towards clearing out the stock cards with the first wish, maybe even the second. But I guess he's still drawing through anyways, so.
Yeah, that miserable hurts as well.
So
Like,
now there's a Tormentor in the trash.
There's a bunch of gunk on top of his deck as well.
Yeah, the Necromancer is just getting more powerful all the time.
Yeah, and you can't even province here.
If you play Necromancer's Tormentor as the first action of your turn, you can't gain an imp, right? Because you have the Necromancer in play. I don't think that's it's relevant.
I guess you don't.
yeah, that point of the game is over. But yeah,
I know. It just occurred to me.
Yeah, it just feels like that one dot turn really cost him so much.
It did,
and it all comes
yeah.
back down to like
because it was
not
one
becoming the tech.
full dud, and then the second turn was a partial dud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a tough spot for Marcus this turn.
Well, RTT's hand actually looks pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could King's Court Cellar, but
no, I mean RTT you Cellar, Tormentor, and Copper, but that's assuming you don't get hexed to oblivion with your hand size.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, there's still a risk if you do that you don't find any draw cards.
There's a risk, but that's the way you have a good turn. I don't think you want a King's Court Cellar.
You just certainly don't want to.
So, how easy would a win be here for Marcus? Seems almost trivial. Actually.
Well, he has to find his King's Courts.
Okay, fair. So I think if he draws, he has a very time piling up.
So what were his options for trashing? Because like trashing Cellar, I don't know. Like Cellars are pretty valuable in this situation where you're trying to find your King's Courts.
I'm a bit confused about the chat saying don't wish for King's Court.
Yeah, like he could have used Necromancer as Zombie Apprentice to trash Tormentor. I think that would have been better than trashing.
If you're going for the win, trashing Tormentor seems well. I mean, it is King's Courtable payload that you can use to buy the last couple cards. So
I don't think Marcus is going to have any trouble winning if he connects his King's Courts.
Yeah. I like those wishes. Wishing for Necromancer because that's the most likely annoying card for him. And he still had 2 wishes in hand. He still had 2 wells in hand, so that seemed quite appropriate.
Okay, so this should be winnable here, so long as Marcus finds one more draw card.
I think he wishes for Necro here, right?
Actually,
is it Necro or a well?
Yeah, he's almost done. He's got a wish for a draw card,
and he has 2 or 3 Necromancers, so it's got to be Necromancer.
Yep.
Got it.
Finds it. Let's look at his stuff in hand.
So
I feel like it has to be very close to a win here.
So if he wants to just draw with the Necromancer, he can do it with the 2 wells and spy left.
So he has 5 King's Courts, so he might want to kind of split up his King's Courts so he can buy a bunch of villas and then he can use those as butcher food.
Or just pile
play 3 King's Courts here, and then he'll have 2 King's Courts left, and he can King's Court, butcher or something.
I feel like he can just pile KC Villa right now, like butcher 2 things into KCs and into one.
He doesn't even need to keep his provinces around because of the miserable.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
so he can just butcher the provinces into King's Courts, and then he gains coffers.
Yeah. And then
he gets to double or triple up both of the Tormentors.
Yeah, and that's definitely enough money. Well, he just needs to see it at this point.
It costs 16 coins to get the villas.
It's 3 less because you can butcher for one of them. He gets 3 butcher plays, so he gets 2 of them into KCs, and then 1 into villa.
And so butcher necromancer into villa, and you also gain some coffers to put towards buying the other villas.
Yeah,
which is
more
than
than
the amount of money that necromancer could make you by itself.
Yep, then that's enough in hand. Can also butcher King's Court into King's Court. Can also King's Court a villa. So many things.
I think he's just checking his accounting right now.
I would certainly be doing that in his position.
Yeah.
Gotta quintuple check your math.
The butcher province play was not obvious to me, so it's also like there could just be one little thing that he hasn't thought of.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
I think someone of Marcus's caliber should be able to spot this.
Oh, he'll get it, yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is I always associate trashing provinces to RTT because of one particular season where he seemed to trash a province every single match. So this is kind of he trashes the Torrenter. I guess he didn't need it.
He's looking for Necromancer Villa or Necromancer King's Court, I guess. Interesting.
Yeah.
And, all right. Well,
it all works, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely
he just needs
works.
to play this as villas, and then he gets to buy. Sure. And it's win.
Wandering Winder says he was close to winning on provinces, but I definitely think you get more style points by ridding yourself of provinces.
I think at that point, if you manage to squeeze out 6 provinces, it would be quite.
Getting 6 provinces would be much more impressive in that.
It would be more impressive. I agree with that.
So Marcus wins the first game. RTT will be starting this one.
Yeah, so Marcus is now just 1.5 wins away.
Mm-hmm. I think this 2-5 is not doing him any favors though. I feel like you do like look out into openness.
Yeah, look out Quarry probably.
Probably. Like
yep, that's what RTT gets.
I don't see, like this is just a hot board, right? So
yeah, stables as draw, Horn of Plenty as payload. Look out as trashing.
Yeah. So I like the art on 5-2 is like this. It feels like if it works out, you're
I think Artificer, if you see a turn 3, you can gain a lookout and you're pretty happy. Like you can get 2 lookouts, right? On turn 3?
Yeah, one of them will be taught. Yeah, he gets it, but he didn't manage to pick it up turn 3, so that's unfortunate. And
I think I'm happy to take a second lookout in RTT's position, but he goes with a pageant.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be
he knew he was gonna. Yeah, he knew he was gonna get a free copy here.
And that's not going to be like a one-time thing. Like with Quarry, you're going to overpay. Like I don't know if +5 ever gets picked up here. It's Farmer's Market, which has a slow start,
or Trade Route,
or Trade Route, which is Trade Route.
I do think you would pick up 1 buy probably. It speeds up. It definitely does speed up your build to some degree.
And to be fair, Trade Route is actually pretty reasonable here. There's not a lot of terminal space competition, and while Lookout cleans things up, it can have trouble cleaning the last few cards.
Sure.
Yeah. And you can also get rid of the Lookout itself at some point.
Although it might be a little annoying trying to play multiple terminals.
So Marcus,
I guess you just get nobles, but
you can do Artificer into Diplomat stuff, I guess, but that's. I mean, your hand size isn't going to be super happy about that.
Yeah, that's what I meant by a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Nobles is easier, but it's still expensive. It's still buy or gain. You can't even hop it.
Makes your trade routes better though, so that's nice.
Makes your opponent's trade routes better as well.
Yes.
So Marcus and RTT are in pretty similar spots now. Marcus was able to pick up Lookout Quarry on turn 4, and he's got a stables, and now he's got a second stable, so he's definitely in this. Oh, Artificer can help. I was going to say can help set up Lookout Trashes for your remaining cards, but it's a little bit awkward because you put a presumably good card on top.
Wait, how does that?
No, you discard stuff when you overdraw. So
yeah. Okay, if you're at that point, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing of stables. Not for the estates, obviously, but if you can get the estates out of the way, then
yeah. So yeah, a little surprising that nobody's picked up a second Lookout.
Yeah, they might be.
I guess with stables is only but you're gonna get Horn of Plenty, so yeah, I like second Lookout.
They might be more concerned about like build tempo than thing. I don't really know.
It's like how much has Pageant really helped compared to what a second Lookout would have done?
You're not really in too much of a hurry to trash coppers because of stables. Right.
Yeah, there are 3 estates that are left untrashed.
Well, that's just sad, unfortunate.
I mean, that's what happens with one Lookout. You don't really get the flexibility.
Yeah. So, chat's talking about Triumph. Do you look at Triumph?
I think that's only if it's a 5/5 Horn split, right?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a rider. Like you if you have like a big Horn of Plenty turn, you can add Triumph to it, but at that point you've probably already won without the Triumph. Yep. So
if you get 6 Horn of Plenties, and yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little less clear. Normally in a Horn of Plenty board, you get 6 and you can just get 7 provinces and be like, whatever, I'll get the last province eventually. They can never catch up in points. That's not entirely true here, but I mean, if you get 6, you're still in a great spot.
I mean, I guess you could. I guess what you could do, since there is, Lookout and trade route for trashing, is use your Horn of Plenties to gain not green cards, and then Triumph, while you're building, then the estates back out, and then put off when you province. I don't know if that's actually viable though.
That doesn't seem efficient. And yes, this Lookout seems very bad from RTT. He just did it himself, and he didn't even mix in anything to save his turn, and he didn't even trash his estate, which is even sadder.
I guess.
Yeah, so RTT gets a farmer's market. The game probably lasts long enough for the bigger values of farmer's market to come up. He doesn't really want to trash it for VP, but
yep.
It's pretty sad. I guess it's fine here because he has the 2 coffers.
It's still a sad turn. You don't get to play any of the other stuff you want to do, like play your hop, trash stuff with Lookout, play your Artificer.
I mean, RTT was able to play his Horn of Plenty to gain a stables.
Yeah, but talking about this turn, because he did it himself.
Yeah. Marcus might not even leave to stables. Although he uses... Does he have 2 Artificers?
No, they each have 1.
Okay. I wonder if it was possible for Marcus to get 2 stables there.
Maybe if he drew on, but I don't think drawing on.
We would only need the 2 more coins. He discarded a copper and 2 estates.
I mean, he didn't need to gain the farmer's market, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Oh,
but he'd only discarded 1 coin to gain it. Of course, he wouldn't have drawn that, but then he would have triggered a shuffle if he hadn't gained something with Artificer.
Well, my point is he could gain stables with Artificer. Like, he couldn't do it at that moment. He had to play stables first, but I don't know. I would have been looking for ways to get both of the remaining stables.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out if he actually could have.
It depends on what he draws, I think. Finally, Marcus trashes his second estate.
And he does.
Yeah, I mean, that farmer's market doesn't look great.
Oh, are his stables in trouble, actually, in the rest of his deck? How many coppers does he have?
I think it's fine.
He's already looked at 3 of his coppers.
Yeah, it depends. He might be in trouble with 9 cards there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is clearly a hop. Oh, wow.
And I think he will find another copper in the next 3.
Yeah.
It's one of those hands that could be really good or really bad.
So I think if you take a look at your decks now, they're almost literally identical.
Stables went 5-5. They each have 1 artificer. They each have 1 farmer's market.
Wait, no, they didn't go 5-5.
RTT.
Oh, they did. They did.
RTT's gotten rid of his last estate. That's one difference.
So
yep, they each have 1 Horn of Plenty.
I don't know how many coppers
RTT is first player.
Yeah, so it feels a little favor for RTT at this point. Since they're pretty much drawing their decks and RTT's going first.
In terms of a third pile,
third pile could just be estates.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is if they do split the horns 5-5, or
yeah, like
you need like one more artificer to be able to gain 2 estates.
Yeah.
Gain 5 more estates and then buy triumph.
Like there's a bunch of different ways that you could pick up like the extra few estates here. So
what's the additional so nobles gets RTT to 8 cards to play to like gain provinces with Horn of Plenty, but at some point he's not going to want to play a lookout, probably.
He could play a lookout on an empty deck if he wants.
That's true.
Okay, interesting that RTT went with 2 nobles. So I guess his thinking is if Marcus gains 3 Horn of Plenties here, he can take the remaining 4 on his turn anyway.
Yeah, I think you do need a little bit of extra draw anyways. So yeah, you do want to pick up the nobles. And now he can play his farmer's market unless he wants it to like blow up.
Yeah, I was just thinking if like by passing up a Horn of Plenty, he made it impossible for him to win the Horn of Plenty split, but I think he can still pick up 7 or
5.
Get up to 6 horns.
Oh yeah, okay.
Presents him with the opportunity.
Okay.
Because he has 2 horns and 2 buys, so that'll be enough to get 4 next turn.
Mm.
Is there anything Marcus can do about that?
Marcus can only he has Artificer, so if he has enough draw to top deck a horn, then Marcus can grab 4 this turn. Or 5.
Can he really grab 4? Let's see, 1 from Horn, 1 from Artificer, but is he gonna have enough to buy 2?
He already has a Horn.
I thought you meant gain 4 more this turn.
Yeah, he has. If he uses Artificer to gain a Horn, then he'll have 2 horns in his deck and 2 buys.
Right.
I don't think he can draw it though.
2 more.
I agree. It's unlikely for him to be able to gain 5 horns this turn, but he can gain 4 horns this turn, and I think he ought to.
If
he can, but
he couldn't have gained and played the horn unless he played the artificer. Then the stave.
Well, but even if
he's not getting coins from farmers market. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it was ever realistic.
I don't think he could have done it.
So I think he needs to
definitely can't
discard.
Now.
He needs to discard farmers market and 4 copper for a horn. He can't draw it, but like playing that farmers market is not helpful.
No.
Yeah. So
Top decking horn is also not great, but with stables it's not so bad.
they definitely need to be wary of the estate fallout in a turn or two.
Definitely not this turn.
I think we might just not see the horns pal, because once they do, the estates like are just easily palatable. Like they'll just
Depends
be
how many
left at the
Marcus
point
gets.
where you can just barely not pal out.
I mean, it depends how many horns Marcus ends up getting. It looks like he can only get 2 here, right? Or 3.
3, yeah. If he
So
wants
if he
to.
ends up with, why is
I'm
he
not
keeping
sure.
the farmer's market?
I'm not sure.
I don't like any of this.
Okay, I'm not sure he wanted to get 3 horns anyway, but
I guess, yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, I don't know. Marcus is in a terrible spot. I don't know what his path to victory is.
exchanging farmer's market for trade route.
What is that for VP doing?
Yeah, it's not about the VP. It's just a question of like, is that a thing that you want to do in general? Exchange farmer's market with trade route? Probably not.
Diplomat nobles.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking like nobles is going to be problematic if you just get 1, but diplomat nobles makes some sense.
Looks like the plan is artificer gain, then play diplomat.
Right.
Okay, so a bit of a dud for RTT.
He's gonna be picking up more horns. I'm not sure if he does pick up this last one, because it feels like he might not have enough draw to support it.
Right. It could make sense for him to get a. Oh, okay.
Oh
no
wow, and
nobles.
another set turn. Wow, this is pretty tragic. Yeah, irrational. E called it out. Feels like RTT could have like tracked that a little.
Well, what could he do about it at that point?
Yeah, I don't think he could have,
He
because he drew his artificer dead.
He could have not drawn with the nobles.
He could have, but he drew 2 coppers and an artificer when he had 2 coppers in his next 7 cards. Like that was, or 8 cards. That wasn't super likely that he would draw both of them.
Yeah, true.
The question, I guess, is why draw though? Like why take the risk?
If you're not expecting, unless you absolutely need 1 copper.
Yeah, he used it. He ended up using it to buy nobles, I guess, or the 2 coppers rather. Which I think he could have justifiably bought a diplomat instead.
Yeah, and he had coffers too, so he
did.
I
mean, I can understand wanting to not use up the coffers necessarily, but I'm not convinced.
I mean, at this point, what are you even saving the coffers for?
So I think we may have overestimated the draw on this board, and the players might have also.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier when they started loading up on horns. That when RTT picked up those nobles, that he needs a little bit of draw to supplement the stables. Because yeah, it's essentially just 5 labs. When you're throwing in this many horns.
Yeah, and they still have quite a lot of coppers left in the deck.
Which is both good and bad,
single lookout strategy. I mean, it's mostly bad. Like if you had horns instead.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. If you have enough horns, then you can power your stables that way.
Okay, so RTT just passes his turn.
Well, he put a token on the farmer's market pile, and got a pageant coffer. So,
sure,
very productive.
Okay, so Marcus has.
Marcus
4 horns, I think.
Or is it 4?
I think they each have 4.
Oh, someone says 3. Let me check.
It looks like Marcus has 5. He's already discarded 2, and he has 3 in hand.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he does.
So he could Artificer for another one if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he wants to enable his diplomat.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, could there be a win here?
I think it's close at the very least.
The horns can definitely gain nobles.
That's true.
True.
Well, discarding, if you're going for that, do you discard? Do you actually gain the nobles off of the artificer because the nobles can draw? Or do you not need that much draw?
Right, because Marcus only has 1 nobles. Yeah. Oh no, he plays diplomat and then nobles can draw.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Right, but you can draw multiple times with nobles ultimately. Like the nobles that you would gain can also draw.
I think he wants to. I think he can just draw through because he's got stables on top, right? And he's got the diplomat and nobles in hand. So I think he can just draw through back to the 2 horns that he discarded.
I mean, but he has to discard more cards.
Yeah, he discards 5 cards for a horn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
then plays Diplo nobles, and then just draw all the way back. Yeah, and this should be pretty easy. Maybe even just play a lookout here too. Actually, maybe not.
Does he have any droppers left in those 6 cards?
Yes.
He has to, right?
I think I'd play the lookout here.
Does he have it?
3 horns to gain 3 nobles by.
No, I think he should. He should some money.
Well, he can trade route another copper. That doesn't really help though, because there's only the 1 pile that.
He was short 1 coin when if he trade routed the lookout, he was short 1.
Short 3 coins, no?
Yeah, I don't see how he gains horn and nobles. Or comes particularly close to it, I guess I should say.
But this could definitely be a triumph. Maybe?
If he triumphs, is his deck just gone? Oh wait, no, he can buy. He can gain stuff, right?
Yeah,
he can gain horn, diplomat, artificer, and then buy triumph.
Is it safe for him to continue to lower piles though?
I mean, he doesn't have to get the horn if he's worried about that. He could get 2 artificers and a diplomat, or 2 diplomats and an artificer, or whatever.
That's not gonna be that many points, right? It's gonna be 10 at most. Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to take provinces. The single triumph is not enough.
Right, because you're saying if RTT manages to get 4 nobles and buy triumph, he's going to exceed that in points.
Yeah, I think that I understand why he wants to gain the nobles off that. Oh wait, he bought the nobles. Never mind. Gain 2 provinces.
This might need to be a triumph.
I think it has to. 14 VP is not a lot.
Yeah, I would triumph.
Yeah. I think that's necessary, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about paying off the triumph debt that much because you can use your horns to pile out next turn if RTT doesn't win.
Yeah, all he needs is 5 coins to be able to triumph again, even if RTT goes for a points play, it's going to be trivial.
Right.
I think if RTT can go for a points play, that's sad. I think if RTT could go for a points play that beats Marcus, he could have won anyways, most likely.
So I guess RTT needed to do that because he didn't have draw, so he needs to put stables on
Trashing
top.
nobles.
He just
Unfortunate.
wants to keep going, yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't-
Yeah, that works.
I'm surprised with that sequence though.
Yeah, not picking up stables. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Stable seems like a. I mean, I guess if you want to play the other nobles.
Yeah, no, I think
draw-
this seems fine to me. What else is that
It's
nobles in your hand
equivalent,
doing?
right?
then-
Oh no, the nobles is actually more a draw. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is correct.
Is he thinking about what those 6 cards are to see if he wants to?
No, he's
He
thinking
can't
about
stop.
artificering, I think.
Oh, okay.
What would he gain though?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know what he'd gain.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, he could
gain
gain
a
copper.
diplomat. Oh, I gain a copper.
For
For
triumph.
Triumph.
Yeah, that
That
wouldn't
makes-
be completely nuts.
Oh, he draws up.
All right, good job. And he did it without. Oh no, he did end up trashing the nobles. So he did lose points on the transaction. It was unfortunate.
So if he triple nobles and a province with the horn and then double triumphs, that should be enough. The triumph should be about 6 VP, so he gets about 24 VP. I think this should win.
Well, if it's 24 VP, it's really close.
Yeah, but like it's I'm underselling the triumphs. The triumphs are probably quite a bit more. Yeah.
He didn't gain anything with Artificer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The horn gains themselves are already 4. The triumphs are an extra. And
So it's a 6-point triumph and then a 7-point triumph.
Yes,
I mean,
correct.
only if you're counting the estates.
Yes.
So that's 13 plus 12, 25. Okay, seems like just enough.
Yeah. But that trash nobles is really close to being a difference maker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa. Okay, I guess he missed it. Oh no. He didn't miss it. Right.
No, well, this also works.
Right. Hey, it's 39
It
as
is
well.
the
Okay.
same amount of VP.
All right.
But he spent one more coin to do it. But he had the coins to spare. It's all good.
So that was a correct decision on the lookout at the end there. That's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
important game for RTT to take. If Marcus was within half a win with 4 games to go, that doesn't seem doable. But at this point, he still needs to win 3 of the remaining 4, but that's a lot easier than 4 of the remaining 4 at least.
Mm-hmm.
A couple close games.
Yeah,
Duds definitely swinging the tide.
I'm actually amazed that RTT pulled that off. He done it like what 3 times that game? 2, 3 times.
He was ahead when he got the first duds, though.
Oh,
Looks like
we're re-upping the table.
Yeah, I think Marcus, the play Marcus made that I disagreed with most was like playing farmer's market, buying trade route. That one, I guess, didn't make sense to me, even in retrospect.
I just noticed that the script isn't actually running.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know why I didn't notice this before.
Oh no.
Oh well, people just have to see how it normally looks. I think it's probably that thing that I told you about a while ago where I had to like set the domain something.
Mm-hmm.
So Urchin or Urchin Overlord? Ooh, save.
Urchin probably.
Yeah, especially with save.
Yeah.
So there's a joke, I guess, from Soccer is Fun, but with save, like, I don't know.
That's
What? That's
I mean,
a bad joke.
it does.
Wow, these turns are literally mirrored so far.
It does mean that you can just like guarantee that you collide within the first 5 turns.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think save is going to make this like they're both going to activate on turn 4 most likely.
I think it's guaranteed, is it not?
Nope.
At this point, it's guaranteed.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
it is
At
actually.
this
It
point,
is.
yeah.
You get an
If you
extra draw.
see an Urchin on turn 3, it's guaranteed.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Overlord.
Well,
with a
no,
lot
it was
of-
only guaranteed because he had the save coming in from the previous turn.
Yeah.
So, like
true.
Freaky says, it's on 3/4.
so
Anyway,
they
they
both
both-
get overlords. What do we think those overlords are going to be played as?
Whatever you want.
Crowns, wild
Probably
hunts.
Magpie here. Oh, Crown is a Crown is a really nice one here. Yeah. Or Throne Room just
Crown
because
Mercenary?
it's cooler.
They have like mirrored their draws at almost every opportunity.
Yeah, but yeah, the player one is really hurting. Makes RTT not able to mirror this turn. But he's still keeping the Overlord, I guess, to play as Magpie or something.
So Marcus was only able to trash one estate there, so.
He'll get the rest.
So what are we
So-
thinking for the payload in this game?
Spices. Like your payload is just playing a lot of wild hunts anyways, so
Yeah, I mean Wild Hunt's a little bit. Well, like there's no rush to get them because your deck's going to be super thin.
Right.
yeah.
So it's a little bit weird.
And you've also got to
so-
add like a decent number of non-terminals to be able to play them, the wild hunts non-terminally. Which like
So Magpie from Marcus.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
I
that's a good way to do it, right? You just start having magpies gaining magpies in the background while you're doing other stuff. Because you're thinning quickly, so the magpies are pretty likely to find actions rather than treasures.
Well, I mean, also, and then later in the game, your magpies will have a decent chance of drawing up crowns or spices or
Indeed.
whatnot.
Yeah, magpie as usual is a good card that makes a lot of people angry.
Oh yeah, that's a good point in chat. For some reason, RTT discarded a estate to the mercenary, so he ended up trashing a copper instead of an estate to his own mercenary. It's kind of
Well, I would say that's so he can activate magpie, except that Marcus is the one with the magpie. So
Oh, the Overlord can be a mag.
that's
magpie.
true. That's true.
Yeah, wait, what? Why didn't he trash a state?
It's just, I think it must have just been a misplay. It's like, oh, I'm discarding. I gotta discard an estate. Yeah.
Treasury Overlord. There was a bug with Treasury Overlord.
Apparently there was not, but everyone's just assuming everything with Overlord is bugged now. And what do you keep here? I guess
Yeah.
you chuck in. Do you chuck the estate or just?
I would chuck the Overlord, but I mean, it depends what the last card is. I'm sure Marcus has tracked it. If it's copper, then keeping Overlord is fine. It's not that exciting, but you can play it as treasury.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, you're gonna draw
Or
through
magpie.
anyway. You can always play it as magpie. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by draw through.
I mean that you're gonna trigger the shuffle, so
Oh, it was
there's
a
no
magpie.
reason to worry about playing magpie revealing the next card because mercenary is gonna trigger shuffle anyway.
Worked out well.
Yeah. I
Um,
think
nice turn for
spices
Marcus.
here.
He can save and probably buy spices.
Yeah. I think so.
So RTT keeps double Overlord. Could be Crown
Yeah,
Crown Magpie.
Seems
yeah.
good.
Third
I mean-
Magpie.
Well,
Could be throne room magpie.
yes, which will make a big difference for sure.
But no, it's gonna be crown. Play the higher value card. Yeah.
Throne has nicer art.
I like Crown's art.
They're both
It's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay,
They don't have neither of them have people in them, which is a big advantage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Keeping urchin there. What does that get you? I guess Magpie plays. Yeah, right. And yeah, RTT didn't have a silver before that, so he's about a turn behind, roughly. Marcus could get another spices here. Is that good?
I'd rather have a crown.
Why not both?
Precisely.
It's a fancy silver that gives a buy. It feels like you won $10 in economy, right?
I just mean you can crown spices.
Yeah, I guess the question is though, do we need 3 buys right now?
No, as in you want a silver because you look at his money right now.
Sure.
And crown is essentially just a silver that gives a buy, so it's strictly better, right?
Well, I mean, buying spices gives you coffers, so that's nice. But
no, that's why it's
play,
essentially a silver.
If you want to play crown, you can also potentially just get another overlord.
I'm not excited about another overlord right now.
Yeah, overlord's kind of expensive.
It is.
I mean, this is a nice looking hand to get crown spices, I guess.
Yeah. I
oh,
do.
yeah, that's
true. Want
crown.
I mean, at least spices here.
Crown is a double activator for Magpie, which is cool. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Does it double activate?
Yeah, it's not an either or. It's just if A, if B.
Okay.
So
he
does go for the overlord.
It's more expensive, but I guess it's overlord.
It is flexible.
Oh, he saves himself some coffers, I guess, because he can just keep them in.
It's not gonna matter.
Instead of coffers.
Oh, maybe he will actually save a copper.
He kind of like delays spending the coffers at least. If that ends up being impactful.
Okay, so RTT gets his spices.
How much money does RTT have right now? It feels like not much.
Well, he has 1 spices to Marcus's
silver and 1 copper. Because he still has the estate, but he'll trash that, and on his next turn he'll be able to have 6 coins plus the 2 coffers. Or he might be able to. Oh, Overlord cannot crown spices.
No. In that respect, yeah. If you specifically want to crown spices, you actually have to buy crown.
That's true.
I think that's pretty relevant.
I mean,
well, there's actually a relevant decision in this game.
So, when are we investing in mercenary fuel, if ever?
I don't think ever.
No.
Just playing Urchin and being satisfied with that.
Actually, you do have a bunch of you do have a bunch of spare buys.
Seems greedy.
Yeah, well, the part of the problem is that you need to spend 2 buys, not just 1, unless you're going to do it over the course of 2 turns, which is worse because then you don't get rid of the junk for a turn.
Yeah, the decision I was talking about is between buying them, between crown and throne room. So, $8 of economy is not great. Yeah, he's gonna be down to. Oh, okay, he buys some copper. So.
Seems greedy.
He might have just gotten the 2 coppers for 2 coppers because he doesn't have. Because he wants the money.
I wouldn't think so, but anything's possible, I guess.
I mean, it's a package deal, right?
Yeah. You get the money and
Yes.
you get the mercenary attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a question of how confident you are that you can draw things the way you want. But I mean, he got nobles so that he could power that up, but he could have gotten a crown so he could crown a spices or got a spices itself or like whatever the case.
It might,
Yeah,
it might be
trade-offs.
correct to. It might have been correct to wait a little while and then add mercenary food when you had a little bit more total payload and draw.
So it looks like RTT did not get to play his mercenary that turn, but he bought 1 copper anyway.
He bought the copper to pair with the estate to trash, right?
He already has the copper, doesn't he?
Yeah, he chose. He specifically he chose not to play the mercenary to trash like silver copper, which he could have done. And that's probably correct because he probably needs the silver at this point.
Somebody at some point played Overlord as Wild Hunt.
Yes.
Yeah, Marcus did. Hey, big throne room this time. Nice. I think Overlord looks kind of weird with the crown. So this is clearly the meta.
Well, yeah, Overlord
choice.
does not wear a crown. He wears like a
laurel
wreath. So yeah, it's important to be thematically consistent.
Why not double Overlord throne room? Because the second throne room is useless. So what's he gonna play this as?
I mean, it could be a treasury. Can't really be anything else.
It could be a Wild Hunt. Gain some mercenary fuel.
That doesn't seem great. The 1 point Wild Hunt play.
Actually, he could just not play it. No, and save it.
Clearly,
saving it is reasonable.
No, I think playing treasury over saving it is almost better.
Does Wild Hunt does Overlord as treasury work? Like it seems like it should.
Oh wow, he actually did do that.
He did it. Wow.
RTT has been doing the Overlord as treasury all game. So if it isn't supposed to work, he's hacking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been working.
I hadn't even caught that.
So yeah, he has opportunity to save that estate, so it doesn't like get in the way.
It's expensive though. Save is expensive.
What? Save is 1 coin.
It's expensive. He's only got 6 coins. So
1 coin for 1 card. No, that's a good deal. That's a great deal. I don't.
He also could have still bought the Overlord while doing that. He would have had an extra debt, of course. Yeah, chat is weighing in against the Overlord, which I think is reasonable.
Overlord is a lot more expensive than save.
Yes, it is.
I would have saved.
I think we can all agree that Overlord is more expensive than save.
That's an easy save there.
Save is not that bad against Urchin if you're saving an estate, but yeah, I still think it's too expensive for.
I don't agree that it's bad. I mean, it's not as good as it would be otherwise. But.
I think it's bad if you're saving good stuff and you have a good concentration of.
Yeah, if you can
save a saving good Overlord didn't seem very attractive. I agree.
You can save a good card to make sure that you have a good card in spite of the smaller hand, or you can save a bad card so that you don't draw into it when you draw with your good cards. Either way, it's useful.
In other news, RTT won the Magpie split 8-2 somehow. That's the Magpies for you.
Yeah, he did. I don't think he did any deliberate autopilot or anything. It just happened.
Yep. It kind of snowballs that way, but
Oh
thankfully.
yeah, it's
for
actually
Marcus.
9-1.
Oh
Huh.
my gosh! Wow, Marcus never.
And Marcus's only Magpie is the one he bought.
Yeah, well, and he also played Overlord as Magpie multiple times, and it didn't gain him a Magpie ever. That's kind of funny.
Well,
Yeah.
this should enable RTT to invest in a
He
little bit
trashed the
more.
Magpie.
He's got enough Magpies.
Yeah, he's like, look at this. I don't even need it. Wait, why buy? Oh,
Crowns.
the treasure.
The Crown Magpie synergy.
I
except now that it doesn't matter because there's no Magpies to gain.
I feel like you're it's kind of inefficient to buy crowns just looking to throne spaces. I guess you get some sort of like, if I need it as a throne, I can use it. But
I mean, what
is it
else are
really-
you do? Well, what else are you doing with 15 coin or 14
14.
coins and 3 buys?
He spent coffers for that, so he could
Potentially getting his spices once at least.
Yeah.
At the very least, RTT can afford to put more treasures in his deck relative to Marcus. That's so.
I think I like the play. I like having lots of crowns and throne rooms, so you can just make it more likely that you have a starting hand of throne overlord.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Or, yeah, one of those could also be an overlord. But yeah, just being able to really kickstart that turn with throne, and then you play it as like wild hunt, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, I just think in general it's going to be easier for RTT to add payload here.
I guess RTT disagrees and keeps a Magpie over the other crown. He just really wants to crown that spices. Is my read of the situation.
Or
he tries to crown because his Magpies can pick it up at the end.
I don't think that's relevant. If he kept crown overlord, he'd be able to just draw easily.
Okay, true. Okay, so Marcus doesn't really have much money at this turn. So look at what good that Overlord's doing for you. 6 step for 1 treasury. You can't even throw a crown.
Sad.
Feels like I feel like Marcus got thinner slightly earlier, but he just kind of fumbled it a little. Like just
this game is far from over. Like Marcus does have the advantage in terms of points. Like, and it's not like his deck is far behind. So
yeah, but I feel like he's just kind of treading water.
Why not play the urchin there?
Why?
I guess it depends on what he wants to buy. I was thinking, he could potentially save the estate again, but if he wanted to spend all of his money, then that wasn't going to be an option anyway. I would have played it because I wouldn't have been sure what I was going to do yet. So.
And yeah, Marcus doesn't really have a turn here. You kind of kick off 1 card, right? Unless you he doesn't even have a crown to draw into a crown.
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, it's a pretty bad turn.
It's a dead turn.
Wait, what did he discard?
Copper. Yeah, he didn't have.
Why didn't he discard mercenary?
Yeah, seems.
So he could.
Depending on what he draws, he might still rather have the mercenary. I don't know.
What could he draw that activates the mercenary?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nope, I
can't
figure that one out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
he does not want to trash spices.
No, if there's some other card in his deck he's willing to trash, but I don't know that there is.
That seemed like a. Oh no, not a misplay, but it seemed kind of.
Okay, well, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Pretty awkward to have 8 coins here.
Silver. Fine.
Okay. Load up on the oh, wow.
Info reveal. Wow. Save. So he's buying silver then. Okay. Well, turn 12 and we're buying silver. It's kind of sad.
Well,
we
that'll
only
happen with
buy-
Mercenary.
Yeah.
Huh. He doesn't want to throne room and then crown the overlord, I guess. Surprising. I don't know. The order just seemed a little strange.
Hmm.
Like he's just down 1 action compared to where he could be.
Yeah.
If he had played Magpie before the crown.
Yeah, I there might have been some small efficiency things here that were missed.
By silver. Oh, he had 6 cards.
This is a good starting hand for Marcus. So
Yeah, in spite of the discards. He's going to have to discard another card here.
Probably nobles, but
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe an overload.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, because if you use an overlord as a crown here, no, Marcus has a bunch of nobles. He's got a bunch of nobles, so it's fine.
He also has 3 overlords.
He can throne Wild Hunt.
Yeah, I was just thinking like he's most likely, in order to draw, he most likely needs to play almost all his overlords as thrones, right? Because of the distribution of cards he's had so far. So I'm wondering if this ends up
Well,
betting him.
Maybe.
Or at least he'll need to play some nobles as necropolises.
Whoa, that's bold.
I guess he's drawing anyways, so
yeah, I guess it's fine.
He might lose a bit of payload from inefficient draw. Maybe not.
We'll see if he draws his overlord up here with the nobles. Yep.
Oh, he did. What's this gonna be? Treasury?
Has to be a treasury?
Yeah, I don't.
Because he doesn't have the actions.
Yeah. Okay, this is
Well,
finally
he found the other estate, so it's.
Well, he had a copper anyways.
Yeah, no, I know, but I assume he would rather trash 2 estates than.
Sure.
Yeah, this game is far from over. Oh no, there's a state pile, so
yeah.
The other pile looks like.
We're still a bit far from piling because they're not really generating that much money.
Yeah, they're not going to be buying urchins, so it's probably crown or nobles, like whichever one they end up buying.
Buy 3 estates? I don't think so.
No.
Like that, neither of them are generating Wild Hunt points fast enough to justify piling out estates to deny the Wild Hunt points to the opponent.
Seems like reasonable gains from Marcus.
Kind of unfortunate to see so many good cards at the start right now.
Indeed, but better than the alternative.
Ooh, maybe he wanted to. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Yeah, no difference. Yeah. It has to be Overlord Wild Hunt now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
So terms of cards RTT wants to trash, I think he only has the 1 copper. So we'll see if he ends up trashing a silver.
You could trash another bird.
Oh, he can trash an estate here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good play.
And he's just got an Overlord chilling out.
Treasury.
Yeah,
Yep.
treasury again. I mean, so yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's any other clever stuff you could do. Well, he does have a crown, so he could like crown the Overlord and like do Wild Hunt. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, it's
maybe, but you're giving up a bit of money. It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah,
just
I think it's
one
easier
coin
to just
because
buy
you
the
can then-
estates if you're gonna do that.
well, I don't know. I think it's a reasonable play because you keep the copper, so
You do
It
keep the
actu-
copper, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can
At
do
the
that
very
too.
least, crowning spices is the same as gaining an estate, right?
yeah, it's just you'd get the 1 more VP. Oh, I guess you were thinking gain versus
I was saying draw gain, but
yeah,
gain
but I
gain could
guess
have also
gain.
worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty moot either way.
So RTT's thinking about whether the
He
piles are
actually
low
wants to
enough
trash.
so that he wants to trash 2 estates. He chooses 2.
I think that's fine. I don't. The
Yeah.
third pile is going to be
Oh, that's a mistake.
tough.
Are you actually looking at province now?
Could be province crown here or province.
Maybe province spices. Does that bump up his money enough that he's thrifting?
It'd be definitely. There's a chance that RTT does. Well, he has a
He'd be
magpies.
able to
It's probably fine.
if he gets a similar turn next turn. He'd be able to double next turn, but not necessarily continue to do so.
Gold is purchased in 2019.
Does the gold put him? No, he's not 24 yet, so I don't think he can win.
I mean, he limits what Marcus can do. Like Marcus can't get a crown or a nobles unless he takes a point lead as well.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
Marcus
nobles
would probably do.
would put him in a point lead, but not enough of one.
Yeah. Yeah, more dangerous to lower nobles for that reason.
Yeah. So throwing the MacP or not throwing the MacP? Do you slot in the Overlord as another throne? Oh, I guess he does neither. Sure, yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, I guess you don't need to burn the throne on the MacP since he's drawing comfortably.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, keeping the crown is biting him here a little. He loses out on 2 coins, 1 buy, or maybe 1 coin, 1 buy. And these nobles aren't really accomplishing much. Unfortunate.
Well, it's just a question of the order in which he draws to some extent.
Yeah, but he had a decision at the start there what to keep to the discard attacks.
Right.
The crown sort of converts some of your draw to payload. He decided he didn't want to.
Yeah, with the number of nobles that Marcus has, he doesn't really. If he has a nobles in starting hand, he doesn't need to use any of his overlords for Wild Hunt.
Or to actually use his crown and draw.
Right.
I think is the
that as well. If you keep throne and 2 overlords, well, I mean, you can keep throne overlord nobles, right? And then you can
correct.
do great things from there.
Yeah. So RTT might have some issues
He
Actually,
definitely
not
could.
really. I think he has a okay enough shot of drawing something off the smack P. Oh wow, okay,
Oh,
that's ballsy.
yeah, that's bold.
Oh,
But it might actually work.
I think. Well, I mean, he
wow.
can. He
I
can crown nobles, draw
Oh
first,
yeah,
action second,
correct.
and Earth
Did
Throne
Marcus
him.
just?
That was really.
Did he just not notice like estates as a third
No,
pile?
I don't think so. I think it was a conscious. I think he feels behind.
But no, he did not need to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
But no, yeah, I think
Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, Marcus is aware of it here, but yeah.
I'm sure he was aware of estates as a third pile, like that.
Yeah,
They
for
were
sure.
both, playing around with that enough.
Like every single turn, RTT has been generating more money. So yeah, he had to play for the dud because RTT could like just double
He
province.
doesn't not. He did not need to play for a dud that turn because he could get green crown or whatever, and then if RTT does have a dud that turn, great. Like now you can push your advantage the next turn. But if RTT doesn't have a dud, then now you can play for the dud on the following turn.
Yeah.
Like I think Marcus could have been fine if RTT dudded on either of the next two turns, as opposed to like he didn't have to bank on just that turn being a dud. Because as we figured out, like if Marcus doesn't lower nobles, then RTT can't end it there most likely.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. It wasn't a one-turn clock.
Sure. Okay. Well, this looks kind of like just a fancy money
Okay,
board.
yeah, no wait, it's not a best of 3. Because if they split the best of 3, Marcus wins. But if there's 3 games left, if Marcus wins 1.5, he wins. If RTT wins 2, he wins. I would not call that a true best of 3.
So
okay, sure. Accepting ties, it's best of 3.
What flavor of money do you play here? Do you play the engine that's like with no buys, or you kind of set money?
You
Or
can.
do you buy something with
How
straight
reliably can you get buys with idle?
I wouldn't bank on that at all.
No.
I think wedding is pretty attractive in a money-ish game.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what flavor of money do you go for, right?
Yeah, like I think the decision you have to make early is whether you go for fool's gold. And the path there would be probably sentries and fool's gold. Just try to get thin and have the sentries so you can filter through green later. But it looks like neither of them are pursuing the fool's gold approach. But once you get beyond that point, you have a lot of flexibility as to, how you play out the turns. Do you want to go for idols? How many? When do you get wedding kind of aggressively early, or do you wait? And then how much trashing do you go in for?
Yeah, there is some benefit to playing with rabble here. I don't know if it's enough to do it, but in a money-ish board, the rabble attack could definitely hurt.
The rabble attack, and plus it's just 3 cards.
Right.
Collide idols actually hit 8. Yeah, seems pretty good.
Yeah. I suppose if
I
it
guess...
slows down enough, you can use islands to help offset that. But
so RTT gets to 5 first and goes for sentry over
Marcus.
recruiter.
Marcus hits 5 here as well with coffers, and he can top that with Watchtower. But RTT got it for free, luckily. So
yeah, I mean Watchtower. I don't know what that says about the direction Marcus is planning to go. Probably not rabble. Probably just sentries.
I think it's too early to say. It's probably it's just there for like a +2 cards. Eventually, it's good against idol.
Yeah, but Watchtower is going to combine better with sentry than it does with recruiter or rabble.
Okay, fair.
Or I guess it's kind of the same.
With recruiter, it's the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right,
you
so
do
Marcus
have to have
is going
something
for
with
recruiter.
You do have to have something with recruiter that's like to trash other than copper for it to work nicely. But
yeah. He'll probably draw. He'll probably draw in a stage here, so he's okay. But the sentry
Sentry
trashes.
recruiter for RTT. I like the combination of the two because Sentry is going to be like the faster trashing, but recruiter can trash from hand.
Yeah. Well, and recruiter doesn't enjoy trashing coppers nearly as much as sentry does.
So yeah, I think.
So Marcus doesn't have the sentry. Does he just get one now?
I think if you're gonna get a sentry over the recruiter there. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Okay. Oh, wedding. Okay.
I think you could go in either order. Like you get recruiter first, and you're more likely to get the the villagers. So there's that.
I feel like getting sentry early just increases the chance you get a god tier sentry, right? Like the 2 trash.
Yeah, I mean, I see the advantages either way. I think I slightly prefer sentry first, but recruiter first is completely reasonable, I think.
Yeah. It's quite likely that variance will play a bigger role in determining which one of those wins out than which one is actually hypothetically better.
So Marcus gets an idol.
Yeah, I think you do want some on this board.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how it compares to wedding though.
So RTT hasn't passed up the opportunity to get idol. He just had only.
Oh, did he only? Yeah.
I think on the turn he got wedding. And RTT gets a watchtower as well. So I mean, this makes me believe that neither player is going to go for Rabbles.
That's that it's looking that way right now. I mean, part of the problem is that you have to either invest in like heralds or hideouts, which you don't really want to do, or you need to continue to feed the recruiter, which is
you can feed the recruiter like the sentry, I guess.
At some point, yeah, the sentry and the watchtower if you want to go that way. But
yeah, you might not need that many villagers. Like it depends on how many rabbles you want to play. Like I think if you if you just put 2 in your deck, like
Wandering Rinder says bureaucrat OP.
You're definitely not building to play like even 3 rabbles a turn. That's definitely way too inefficient here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just put 2 in your deck, and some turns you don't even play 2.
But yeah, feeding the sentry, or sorry, the recruiter with bureaucrat. Yeah.
Marcus is just mirroring RTT's turns but transposing them. It's like they started with recruiter sentry, but then they got wedding idol, but then he flips it.
I think it's worth noting that Marcus did have an opportunity to buy a second idol there if he wanted it, but he chose wedding instead. I think with the amount of trashing these guys have, second idol is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So probably one more wedding.
Mountains, yes, there you go. Reliable gaming.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think one more wedding for Marcus, and then probably province when he can.
RTT might just be ready to province.
He
already has the second wedding.
And he has a silver. Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you get that silver? How do you pop out an extra silver?
He opened silver.
Oh right, the watchtower. Wait. Oh yeah, he's first player, right? Okay. It all makes sense now.
So I think this idol will be a good potential. Like, I mean, at some point it's going to get Forest Gift, so
yeah,
that's going to be nice for Marcus. But Marcus can't get provinces. Oh, he can. He has the coffers. All right.
Yeah.
I guess you trash.
Yeah.
And then what do you You just sit there with a recruit. I guess you trash recruiter to sentry if you get the opportunity.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe you just keep it around and maybe
Will-O-Wisp.
That is a sad Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah.
It's 2 villagers.
Trash Wisp? Doesn't Wisp cost 0? What's the point?
It costs 0.
Oh right, it's not 2. For some reason I keep thinking Wisp costs 2.
Yep, so tied on VP. RTT has more coffers and the first turn advantage. Marcus's advantage is that
He has an idol.
at some point idol will give him Forest Gift.
Or Earth's Gift.
Earth's Gift is not very exciting.
Do you just
there's
not
Island.
play
Yeah,
Recruiter
no,
here?
there's Island.
There's Island, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Island's actually real good.
Even just an estate is enough. Like, assuming they just mirror provinces all the way.
But are you playing Recruiter here as Marcus? Or just leaving it alone?
Nah.
It's Sentry and
Sentry,
Province
Wisp, and
Watchtower.
wait, he already played the Wisp, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, this way, it all makes good sense.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him playing the idol last. Like, he finally gets the Earth's Gift, but he already played all his treasures.
That's some really bad luck for Marcus, seeing both his provinces there.
Yeah.
Like 2 out of the 3
Sentry in hand, no less.
He can probably he can still guarantee a prof here, I think. Yeah, with the Watchtower and the Sentry.
But he doesn't even get to trash the Recruiter. It's so sad.
Well, RTT's in a pretty similar position now. Although he's
got 5
the previous
coffers.
province. Yeah, he's got enough coffers that
Marcus is second player, so he'll happily take a win.
He'll take a tie, yeah.
Yes, the tie is actually super valuable for him. Or well, I mean, it basically just because then Marcus only needs to win one of the remaining 2 games.
So yeah, Marcus missed out on an idol play, but then again, if he had gotten Forest Gift there, like that would have been a poor time to get it, I guess.
All right. So obviously discard Province. I was wondering whether you play Recruiter there or not. I guess that's fine. Save the coffers, but
yeah. Maybe.
Okay, so RTT is playing around the tie, which makes sense.
Yeah, he's got a stack of 6 coffers to use.
Right.
So that's RTT has 1 more copper left in his deck. It's right there.
We found it.
Found it.
Yeah, the Wisp died.
Rip
Idol
Wisp.
first. Okay. Well, Marcus definitely needs the duchy here, and anything else is insanity. And that's a bit of a treasure hand.
Nice hand there for Marcus.
I mean, it might be fine. Oh,
it could.
Wait, RTT just went for it.
Whoa! What did he just?
RTT's watching our non-existent stream.
No, Marcus has it anyways. But...
Okay.
Yeah, like
that was. Yeah, that was an. I don't know why he decided that was the right time to take that risk.
You know, you just get feelings about these things. It's like intuition, you know.
Steph says playing around the tie didn't make sense in the game. I don't know. RTT had the coffers advantage. I guess the idol advantage is just maybe too strong.
Okay, so we got a peasant war with stuff to peasant.
I mean, if you, if you play around the tie and end up losing the game, like that's obviously really bad. But
yeah, but I mean, I don't think that happens to RTT because
that's what I was gonna say. Is I don't
like if the decks get worse and worse and worse, having a big stack of coffers gets better and better and better. But
okay, so onto this one. What's the open? Lookout peasant.
I guess
if you want to, if you want to.
Relic peasant
cycle, relic peasant might be possible, but I would just take the lookout.
So the plus card token from teacher is the most important thing on the board, There are 3 great piles to put it on. Also,
Yeah.
4. The 2 villages, gear and scheme, they're all decent.
yeah, I wouldn't put it on gear, but yeah.
Not
you wouldn't put plus card on gear. You put plus action on it, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, maybe not
the
actually, because there's enough villages that you could just put the plus card on gear, but probably better to spread it out and put it on the villages.
Everything here, yeah.
In any case, you gain a lot of some village and gear, and then you do good stuff with teacher.
Yeah, so it was lookout peasant for both. It looks like the play for Marcus is to buy another peasant and another lookout. Marcus's lookout misses, which is pretty sad.
RTT's peasant misses, which is also
which
sad.
is even more sad.
Yeah, I like.
Is Marcus gonna get a 3rd peasant here? Yeah. He's gonna get a 3rd peasant here.
Peasant is good on this board.
I do it, but I don't feel good about it. Like, this is the worst draw he could have gotten on turn 4, given his turn 3.
Yeah, he would really have liked to see the lookout here. It guarantees a turn 5 soldier. And you get a fresh shuffle with a fugitive.
But I'm sure Marcus will feel better once he sees RTT's turn.
Yeah, I guess RTT just plays the lookout. Absolutely. Oh wait, it's Marcus's turn, right? I was wondering why there was a
division. So you get collision here as Marcus, but you find your soldier on top, and you get to play your lookout and get some cards out of the way. So I think that's fine.
Most likely, he'll get to play peasant on his next turn as well.
Yeah.
Well, he has a good chance.
Most likely is accurate.
Ooh, do you play minstrel as RTT? Why did you keep minstrel? Oh, he just carded in a state. Okay. So they're both going for minstrel over workers village. That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely with the travelers.
I mean,
at some point you're going to want the plus buy, but you might be able to get that with a token or with peasants.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if this is a kind of game that there's not time for a second token.
Oh,
yeah, it definitely could be. Well, although if it is that kind of game, you would think it would involve workers village.
So, did you guys see the Wandering Wind reveal of the soldier in the lookout?
Yeah, that was minstrel. You thought it was lookout?
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's tragic.
Yeah, thankfully not the case.
Are we? I guess okay. We're not ever buying relic.
Oh, there is some anti-synergy with lookout and minstrel.
Yeah. You just need to play it in the curve order.
I mean, yeah. The good news is that the anti-synergy is very evident, right? You don't when you're playing into it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcus going heavy for the schemes. It looks like that's where he wants to put his.
How do you order your next turn if you're RTT?
I think you play the lookout first, then the minstrel, then the fugitive.
Sounds correct.
Yeah, I don't know about minstrel first.
Yeah. You look out to clear out the crap, then you leave one on top, then the minstrel clears out more crap. Then the fugitive.
This all looks good.
Yep.
Wow, he made it to the end. This cycling is insane. So are we gonna see pillages?
I think put 2 coppers away just because it. Oh, on 1 copper? Okay. I was gonna say because it's
he
cycles you faster. If he knew he was gonna draw a soldier, he should have saved peasant. Yeah.
Yeah. Minor mistake. Yeah, so it looks like RTT is planning to put plus card on minstrel. Is my read, but Marcus looks like he was going in for schemes more.
I don't think Marcus specifically decided to go for scheme. It's just that he just kept getting a lot of three card hands.
Yeah, I mean he could have,
but he passed up the opportunity to get gear.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, Plus card schemes are alchemists that don't require a potion, so I mean they're pretty good.
They're good, but you want the villages anyway, so
you do.
I don't know what
you do. I mean, I assume he will get some villages.
Okay, so it looks like Marcus has a really good shot to disciple a scheme, so that might push him in that direction because he can play Lookout, and if there's a disciple in the top 3 cards, he can then draw it up with scheme. So meanwhile, RTT already gets to disciple and disciples a minstrel, so we know what he's going to do.
I think he wants to take a peasant here, running a little low on payload. Oh, that's a scheme. Okay.
Well, he doesn't.
He might just hold
have
on
many
to this
coins
point.
at this point.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
He might even not need plus buy on this turn. Although once you lose it, it's hard to get it back.
Oh wow, he was in a spot also to get a disciple. RTT.
Oh, this is actually a Lookout.
I mean, that's okay.
Is there actually any target down there? I feel like the density of good stuff down there is quite high. I wasn't tracking so.
Yeah, so I think
still,
it's obviously you're not trashing disciple. Are you trashing minstrel or soldier? I think I agree that it's minstrel. I agree with Sammy.
Unclear.
Okay, he trashed soldier. I just want to get another disciple out of that soldier. Disciples are harder to get than minstrels.
Oh, that's kind of unlucky then. If there were 2 coppers,
I think a minstrel does more for Marcus in the upcoming turns, which are the most important turns.
So, are we gonna see any disciple pillage nonsense? It seems kind of cheesy, but could be funny.
Any what?
Disciple pillage.
Why? That doesn't work, right? Oh wait! Oh, it's just to regain the pillage.
Just to regain the pillages. Yeah, and you get 6 coins worth of spoils for economy, and you just tilt your opponent.
Don't you actually get 12 coins? Because it says trash this, and then it doesn't say if. It just says. I mean, I don't even know if that's good. I guess it depends on how good your draw is at the point.
I mean, no, I don't expect to see that because there's a lot of cheap piles, and you want a lot of those cards. Like minstrels and scheme are almost empty, and like where you want workers, villages, and gears, and then at some point you pile estates if you ever get a second teacher token.
Okay. Oh, top active minstrel. Cute. Pillage! Come on!
That's not crazy here.
Oh, lame.
That's another way to get payload.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives him the plus buy he wants, and also the gold for.
I don't think we're pretending pillage is bad. It's just an amusing approach to me, at least.
I think RTT just absolutely needed the plus buy, which was why he went for Skulk.
Sure. I mean, he could get the plus buy of teacher.
No, he needs to put plus card on.
Yeah, I don't.
That's an amazing thing to do.
I don't want plus buy to be my first teacher token.
Oh, sometimes you do.
Plus buy.
I mean, on this board. Yeah, sorry.
At this board in this situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus card, and then I think RTT will have time for plus buy. So, like a second teacher token. So he'll want to start thinking about what pile he wants to prepare for that, and to be in a position so he could like pile estates.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, depending if he can get enough buys, he could look at coins, but I don't think he can. So it probably just has to be plus buy.
I think if he just picks up a pillage and goes next turn, setting up for his teacher token the following turn with the buy, he could just pile stuff out.
Yeah, I mean,
there's something I overlooked. Marcus chose not to get a teacher with his first disciple play.
Yeah, the chat mentioned that.
Okay. I don't have the attention span to read chat.
That's understandable.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes too fast. So a lot of things to disciple. Look at all.
Yeah, he could disciple Skulk.
Okay, he does. Disciple Lookout. RTT just reverse transmogrified Marcus's Lookout into a curse. It's an interesting move.
Wait, what?
He replaced the Lookout in hand with a curse.
Oh, I see. Well, he didn't trash the Lookout.
Oh, sure. Okay. Oh, and then now the something goes on top.
That's painful. If only he had the Lookout. If he knew he was.
Yeah, it's true.
The order.
I mean, if he can manage to hold off playing his fugitive for a good long time, then he'll have the opportunity. But there's the pillage.
Yeah, I think he's setting up for that finish on 2 turns from now. He'll get a ridiculous influx of.
Yeah, I know. I think pillage is better than relic at this point.
So that was a little okay. So he can disciple minstrel. Okay, I was going to say it's a little greedy maybe for RTT not to get a minstrel there, but the fact that he has a disciple means that he can gain a minstrel here. Still a little bit risky because he was like just barely drawing last turn.
Yeah, I think Marcus can resign here.
That's absurd. Like, I mean, we see RTT's hand, but I would certainly not resign as Marcus without knowing RTT's hand.
Oh, okay. But yeah, sure.
Because RTT has 5 Wandering Minstrels. There's no guarantee that like he sees them in his opening hand.
Okay, fair. No, but he's got schemes, right?
Okay, there is a guarantee that he sees them in his opening hand.
Yeah, he can top deck a disciple. And, yeah, it's
interesting. You can top deck a disciple with scheme.
Yeah, it's a card.
No, but he exchanged for disciple. Oh, does he have 2 disciples?
No, he has 2.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
RTT super far ahead. Okay.
Wait, what's the score actually? Like the match score?
It's RTT is up 2.5 to 1.5.
Yep. So if RTT wins here, then Marcus can still win. No, wait.
If RTT wins this game, then it's a winner take all game 6.
Yep.
Who wins the tie then RTT, right? If he wins this.
There
are 2 games left.
Yeah, well this is the 5th game, is it?
Yeah, this is the 5th game.
Yeah. So if Marcus wins, he wins. If RTT wins, he
winner
wins.
take
If there's
all.
A tie, then RTT wins, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, at this point, we could say RTT is 5 to win.
But who's first player? RTT. Okay.
So RTT has seized the advantage.
Wait, no, but RTT is first player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doubly seized the advantage. He's first player and he wins ties.
But this board sucks.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something, but it looks like it sucks. Am I missing something?
Well, the wishing well patron synergy.
I don't know if I'd say it sucks by any means. Like, draw is difficult.
Yeah.
But it has everything else is good fun.
Okay. Wow, they are going really fast. Is it too early for a crypt? Yeah, I guess it's too early.
Yes. So yeah, there's some real fast play here. Wishing well patron opening players. RTT gets 5 copper on turn 3, picks up a tragic hero. Marcus does the same.
More or less.
They're once again just straight mirroring the early game again.
So it looks like a lot of patrons are being purchased. Is there Wishing Well synergy with that? Yeah.
Yes.
Wishing
Yeah.
Well can reveal patron.
Yep, and so can Band of Misfits' Wishing Well, for whatever that's worth.
So can Bureaucrat.
That's true.
For the 0 that's worth.
So I've actually I remember there was one ridiculous set where there were like 3 or 4 cut purse games or something, and one of the games at the end there was cut purse revealing patron. That was really something.
So Marcus gets a mill instead of a second patron.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is interesting. I mean, it cycles you a little bit faster, but
And also, I mean, you can't trash the estates, so it worked out fine there.
I do think you want to crypt at some point. I think the timing of the crypt will probably give someone an advantage.
yeah, getting rid of all those coppers, even temporarily, is going to be pretty valuable.
This looks like Wishing Well and a 5. And
Yeah, it could be.
I like Relic.
I
but-
could see at some point doing Seaway for Well or Patron.
Yeah, crypt well seems pretty nice.
I don't think Seaway is going to be particularly valuable.
I guess it depends on how
The
reliably you
fives-
can play your Tragic Hero.
The 5 seem valuable enough that I'd rarely want to pass that up, I think.
Well, it's not like you really do need that many of each of the 5s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hopeful that I can trash some Tragic Heroes at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with
Turn
Crypt,
into Relic
with Crypt getting multiple relics is a pretty reasonable move.
I think this is a 2 relic board.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're not going to draw your deck reliably, so you
Right.
just want like 2 relics and try to space them out again.
Okay, Marcus's crypt looks like it's going to be way better. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, he combines Crypt with Tragic Hero, which is definitely what you want to do. But the relic does get played, which will hurt
Yeah, a little.
a little. Yeah. I don't know why you don't play the mill first there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you get...
Okay.
Oh.
Rewarded.
Huh.
Never mind then.
Well, it turns out Marcus's crypt wasn't better. But, well. Do you pick out a second now? Is that too early?
Think I want to use both of my buys. So either double Wishing Well or Wishing Well Patron.
Who has the second Patron? RTT, right?
Yep.
And who has the second Wishing Well? Marcus?
Marcus.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm leaning towards Wishing Well Patron, given all that. Right, yeah, Marcus has 2 mil. Actually, maybe that means he's not... That's not the direction he's trying to go. He just wants to pick up more mills. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this board is interesting. It's not like
Although...
a conventional engine, but it's
Yeah,
a
sure.
very interesting board.
Yeah,
with
it's
Triumphal
more
Arch
interesting than I
on the
thought.
board as well, you do want to focus on 2 piles to some degree.
Yeah, so Marcus not feeling the multiple patrons, he goes ahead and gets a Wishing Well and a mill, and now RTT puts Seaway on mill.
Despite only having the 1.
Yeah.
Maybe he feels like if he doesn't mirror the Wishing Well mill, then Marcus just gets too many points for free. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you really want a ton of patrons, which is RTT's other option, but...
Well, he could have done it on Wishing Well.
No, for the second pile for Triumphal
yeah.
Arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, RTT should definitely be getting more Wishing Wells. It's not great to have. He only has 1, right?
That seems unlikely. I think he bought 1 last turn, so he has at least 2.
Yeah, he has 2 and Marcus has 3. I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So here, I'm assuming Marcus will buy at least 1 mill. Does he go mill wishing well again, or just mill? Like mill has the advantage that it tilts the triumphal arc points in a way.
Well, you can also get wishing well and then buy Seaway and put that on mill or wishing well.
Sure.
He probably could, seeing depending on what he draws here. I think he's just tracking to figure out what those 4 cards are. Wow, losing the. Well, I guess yeah, it is kind of significant because now he can draw stuff with the Tragic Hero.
So does RTT have 2 relics?
Yes, he gained 1 off his Tragic Hero.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, it does split between the 2 piles.
So he spent a coffer to buy Seaway there, but I'm not sure if that's worth it.
Seems fine to me.
Wait, why did he spend a coffer?
He had 8, so
Yeah.
he needed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, what? If he had wanted to Seaway wishing well, he would have needed to spend a coffer.
I think that was just a misplay.
Yeah.
So RTT, this time he trashes this Tragic Hero for a gold. He does not replace it, so he doesn't have any Tragic Heroes left. I think he'll want to pick up another one, especially because he has the 2 villagers.
Yeah. That's really the only reason to have villagers at all.
But I think the amount of coins that RTT had convinced him that he should be using those 2 buys and getting Wishing Well Mill.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to argue with that.
Unfortunately, his wishing wells will not be revealing any patrons this coming turn.
About a crypt. How
Second
likely
crypt,
is it that
interesting.
you have a decent enough crypt at this point in the game?
Okay, so now
Seems
RTT can get like Tragic Hero Mill probably.
Could get Tragic Hero Crypt. But he wants to contest the mills, so
just double mill. Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. Like you're
now
gonna
they're
lose
split
out
4-4.
on a lot of the arch points if you don't.
Yeah, it's a 4-4 split, I believe.
Though RTT is also behind in wishing wells, I believe.
But RTT has more treasure, I think. He's got the gold. He has the 2 relics. Marcus is only running on coppers and the virtual coins.
Can somebody explain the points to me?
Marcus has 1 more pair of arcs, so because he has more wells, I think.
Oh, well, mill points. I wasn't thinking of the mill points. Okay.
Oh,
so they each have 4 points from mills, right?
Yep.
8, right? Or
they each have 4.
No, 4.
And then 3 from estates, and then RTT has 3 wishing wells, and Marcus has 4.
Yep.
So for the triumphal points.
Yeah. That.
So RTT can get points from 1 more wishing well.
And then that's that. Most likely.
Yeah. So this is a good crypt.
Marcus almost had the ability to deny RTT those well points, but not quite. All right, here comes the second Tragic Hero, or the replacement Tragic Hero, rather, maybe.
I would think so.
Yeah. I think RTT is actually in a better spot now because he has the treasures.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 2 relics.
He does have fewer wells still.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter for points, but it matters for reliability.
Yeah, I agree. RTT is ahead.
Marcus is the one with the second crypt.
Mm-hmm.
RTT has the only hero.
Right.
Oh. Revealing relic. That's unfortunate.
probably replace a tragic hero here.
I suppose, yeah.
Seems good. It seems better than whatever else you might buy.
It could be annoying with the lack of villager.
Yeah.
Maybe he could pick up the villager again here.
I think he will.
Coffer? Yeah. Oh, hey. That's convenient. Well, 7 is kind of an annoying
It was a really
amount
good
now.
number, and now it's a pretty sad number.
Banker.
I agree with tragic hero.
Yeah, he's got 3 villagers, so second
Yeah.
tragic hero seems pretty good.
I wonder. No, I don't think they're gonna let him get to the position, but maybe the heroes could pal in some wild world.
I think it's super unlikely that anybody gets 15 and 3 buys. So it's just going to be, is anybody going to be bold enough to grab that?
Third to last.
The third to last tragic hero if they don't have a points lead.
Actually, maybe something like.
Oh, Marcus gets points from. No, never mind. He's trash.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd need to literally get 5 and keep 5 tragic heroes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Like if Marcus buys a tragic hero here, maybe RTT with God draws could hit 15.
So this is a pretty nice crypt for Marcus. He gets more value out of that relic.
Okay, he gets the villager back as well.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty awkward. Might just buy a gold as Marcus.
I could see that.
Yeah. I don't think buying another tragic hero is going to make sense.
I think RTT has gotten a lot of mileage of this gold.
Huh?
I think it's fair to buy another tragic hero, like for the reason we've identified of like buying that third to last one is a pretty big commitment.
That's true. Yeah.
He's almost guaranteed to. Well, he is guaranteed to be able to. Well, he's almost guaranteed to be able to turn this tragic hero in for a gold this turn.
Yeah, and if I mean RTT wasn't likely to buy it anyway, but if he did, then Marcus would be stuck heroless.
Oh, it was guaranteed. Yeah.
So this might actually be quite close. Have we actually had that many championships went all the way to the last game? It feels like it's kind of a rare occurrence.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like playing on here, being able to get the value from discarding estates.
Yeah, you do lose the villager though, which is a bit sad. I guess it was for a good cause.
Yeah, you didn't really want to see the tragic hero here.
He saw all 3 estates. That's pretty nice.
Oh,
that's not very nice.
That was really unfortunate.
Okay, that's the first.
Yeah, surprising that Marcus was the first one to be able to get a province. Well, when they wanted to. Okay, RTT does not want to turn that in for gold. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Nice turn. Province silver.
Well, he didn't have a chance of turning it into gold anyways, right?
I think silver's better than nothing, but it's close.
Yeah, I think it should be better. Because you're just aiming to single province all the way here, right?
Well, and he also recently bought a duchy, so
I think the duchy is correct.
For RTT, I don't think the game is close enough for that to be good.
I do think their decks are strong enough to just constantly hit 8 for quite a while though. So I think he feels like it saves himself a bit of annoyance later on. Like Marcus is comfortably hitting 8 every turn, or the past 2 turns at least.
Yeah, I mean that's surprising. He has the double crypt, which is helping a lot. Once his crypts go away,
Then,
which are going to happen at the same turn, he's going to be
yeah.
in a much rougher spot.
Yeah,
Okay,
that turn,
sure.
if they were staggered, it'd be a lot better, just from the
This
perspective
should
that
be
you might be able
patron,
to
right?
hit one and renew it. But he's going to have at least one turn that's very copperful.
Copperful.
Yes.
Oh, patron first. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's
He
not
doesn't
just a
wanna pop it.
matter of the coppers coming back in the shuffle. The crypts come back in the shuffle,
That too.
which are
Yes.
bad for tempo. But the mills kind of get like pushed through provinces nicely.
Yeah. He lost a villager to not pop his hero, I think. Which could make sense. Hey, patron. Oh, he wouldn't have popped because of the relic, right? Okay.
So yeah, spending that to get province duchy.
It's possible
Oh,
that he didn't realize that the hero wasn't going to pop.
Yeah. Well, the 2 villagers are probably gonna last till the end of the game anyway, so maybe it won't matter.
It probably won't, but I have to assume that there was a reason that he spent it.
No, I think it was probably to try to keep it alive, the tragic hero alive, not recalling the minus card token.
Yeah.
So Marcus was 8 here.
And his crypts are going into the shuffle.
I wonder if wishing for the tragic hero on that first well was the correct wish. He probably should have wished for like copper or province there, right?
So RTT also misses.
Yeah, we very quickly transitioned away from reliable provinces.
Oh wow,
interesting.
I mean, I think that's smart because he's got the lead.
Well, and because Marcus isn't even likely to be able to hit 10 anyway, to say nothing of hitting like.
It's definitely 100% safe. It's just a question of whether it's better than a duchy.
You're right. But he does have 3 villagers, so I mean, I would tend to think yes.
So Marcus didn't want his tragic hero to be popped. That's fine, I guess.
Oh, there's the crypts. You're back in.
This is a pretty good hand for that crypt, though.
Ooh.
He will be able to pass the relic along.
I think his last wish should have been for a green card, because if you draw a copper, you're fine anyways. If you draw a copper off the mill at the end, you're fine anyways.
Yeah, I agree with that. He had 3 green cards.
Either that or you play the mill first before the wishing well.
So it takes the estate.
Yeah, it's painful. He does have a lot of mills. And that puts him in. I mean, that puts RTT out of being able to win with double tragic hero.
Right. I think that's the reason you have to do it.
And in fact, that saved him. No, it didn't. Okay.
Not quite. Close.
It's not a great looking turn. Marcus really wants to find his other crypt.
It's not a win.
Oh,
the double tragic hero isn't a win. And RTT's first player, so the estate didn't really change anything.
How is it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because Marcus was 1 point ahead after the estate.
Yep.
But that was the whole point.
No, but RTT's first player, he can't tie the game.
So RTT can't tie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're getting into 2 duchies territory, and the beggar is still in RTT's deck. This is kind of exciting. Oh, duchy estate. Yeah, I guess duchy estate is safe-ish. Marcus can't hit 12, and RTT wins ties. So
yeah.
I mean, RTT's got the points lead.
Yeah, but I think the threat is Marcus double duchying here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is looking really, really good.
This is like as down to the wire as a championship match could be.
Yeah. Yeah, if Marcus doesn't hit province here, he's almost definitely dead.
Yeah, so we'll see how good his deck tracking is with these last 5 cards.
The beggar is coming. I can't wait. He could collide the beggar with the crypt too, which would be the real power combo. Oh, hey, coppers.
But that's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, if he...
You can't buy that duchy.
No.
Yeah. Wow,
feels bad.
If it does feel really bad. Single estate. I mean...
Oh, hey, there's a gold.
Wait, he didn't even have a hero. He didn't even have a hero left. So that was a complete miswish.
Oh, he wished for a hero and didn't have one.
Oh yeah, this is a win. No, we don't get to see the beggar. Damn it. Please, wish for the... Come on, draw for the beggar. We have to see it. Yes! Yes! Come
rewarded.
on! I love RTT. He has the best style points. Every single time he beats Marcus in a championship match, he does something stylish.
Wait, every single time? Is then that once? Yeah. Now twice?
Now it's twice.
Yeah, but we just don't.
Well played by RTT. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was... He won it by exactly the margin that he needed to.
Yeah, that one can't be top, but...
Oh no! I guess he had a half a game of padding there. Excuse me. Not quite a master of exact damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, very well played by RTT. I mean, I don't think Marcus played badly at all.
No, we got to see some cool boards.
Yeah, he did make a couple of errors there, but yeah, like it's 2.5 hour series. It's gonna be quite exhausting.
And there were a lot of games where the tide kind of like turned, you know. In this game, It looked like Marcus had the lead there when he was really getting the advantage on the mills, and it looked like he'd be able to lock in a pretty big triumphal arc point lead. But RTT was able to grab the 4 mills and rebound.
Yeah, and I mean, Marcus had, let's see, was it games 2 and 3 where he looked to be pretty solidly ahead and RTT ran it back, or maybe it was 2 and...
I feel like last game was also I mean, he was first player and it was a peasant board and they were kind of mirroring for a bit. I don't actually remember how he got hit on the last game. Like game 5.
He saw his disciple earlier and he just had more getting the minstrels
okay.
instead of the schemes.
Right,
and
yeah.
Marcus chose not to get a teacher quite as early. But yeah, once you put plus card on, yeah, RTT played it well and had a little edge, and that really accelerated.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only kind of like blowout game, and it was close for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Marcus resigned twice, but one of the resigns was very late.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of close games, a lot of good games. This was definitely a fun match to observe and commentate on.
Yep, look forward to playing them both next season.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
All right, thanks for the commentary, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Akuchi, and thank you, ceviri. And thank you to everyone who tuned in live or who ends up watching this video, which will appear on some YouTube channel. Maybe mine, maybe the Dominion streams. I don't know. Figure that out.
Well, see you.
Bye.
Later.